Right-hander comes set, and the payoff pitch on the way. Little blooper down the right field side. Barrett coming on. He'll make the catch. Tagging from third base is Fitchett. The throw to the plate is not in time, and it's an RBI sac fly for the junior Johnny Weeks. And the Rainbow Warriors strike first. 1-0 Hawaii here in the top of the second. The Mustangs will appeal to see if Weeks left too early, and he did. Excuse me, it was Fitchett who left too early, and the third base umpire, Kenneth Durham, making the call on that one. And Mike Trapasso, or rather that's Rusty McNamara, the seventh-year assistant coach, is beside himself, and he's just been ejected from the ball game by Kenneth Durham. And now Mike Trapasso comes out of the Hawaii dugout. Trapasso in his 16th season as the skipper of the Rainbow Warriors, but no run on the sacrifice fly for the Rainbow Warriors as their turn to side. Is Trapasso still talking things over with Durham, the third base umpire, as he said that Fitchett left before the baseball was caught by the right fielder Barrick, and the Rainbow Warriors come up empty here in the top of the second. So a wild sequence to end the Hawaii second inning as we head to the bottom half of the second. We're scoreless from Baggett Stadium in San Luis Obispo. Schulich flew out to right field and is only at bat leading off the ball game. First pitch swinging, grounded to third base, backhanded by Benning. Long throw across the diamond, and it's not in time. With Schulich, a head-first slide into the bag at first base. Sanderson thought he kept his foot on the bag. Also tried to apply the tag with Vashulik running by, and Sanderson wants an explanation from first base umpire Jason Benson as Larry Lee for a second time already this afternoon out of the Mustang dugout, and he wants the first base umpire Benson to talk things over with the home plate umpire Ruben Candelaria. And for a second time, Larry has gotten these umpires to get together to make a call, and Larry's still arguing his case. Both coaches have had to come out of the dugout early and often here this afternoon to argue a few calls made by this umpiring crew. A controversial end of the second inning as Hawaii thought they had the first run of the game on a sac fly, but third base umpire Kenneth Durham ruling that the runner at third base, Fitchett, left too early, and the Mustangs were able to appeal, throw back to third base, and Hawaii turned aside in the second. And now the Mustangs are arguing that Vashulik should be the second out of the inning, but if the call stands, the Bows will have runners on the corners with one out in the top of the third, and Dustin Demeter, the freshman shortstop, coming to the plate as they're still huddled together near the right-hand side of the mound. Larry Lee waiting patiently on the edge of the Mustang third base dugout, as now Bobby I will throw a few warm-up pitches, and they will reverse the call. So the runner at first base, Dylan Vashulik, is out number 2 in the inning. And Sanderson's argument was that he kept the foot on the bag as Vashulik slid head first into the bag at first base and tried to avoid the tag from. Right-hander working out of the stretch with the runner on third, and the 2-1 pitch, ground ball to short, bobbled by Demeter. His throw to first base is not in time, and the Mustangs lead 2-0. Benning scores from third. Cal Poly's second run of the inning. Working out of the stretch here against Rios as he grounds one to third. Benning goes to second for one. On to first in time, a 5-4-3 double play. Well, it's Bark at the Park day here at Baggett Stadium, and dogs often called a man's best friend. Well, the double play often called a pitcher's best friend, and the Mustangs go 5-4-3 for the first 2 outs here in the 6th inning. The base is empty. Right-hander checks the runner at second. Ogren dancing around back there. He comes home, and it's a ground ball back towards the middle, and it sneaks into center field for a base hit. Ogren's being waved home. He'll score easily, and the Mustangs extend their lead. It's 4-0 Cal Poly. McKenna's second RBI base hit of the afternoon. His 14th run batted in this season. There the Mustangs try and send the runner, Josh George, from first base. He's stolen 6 bases, only been caught twice. He does not take off, and the 2-0 pitch lined into center field. Another 2-out base hit. McKenna trots home from third. It's 5-0 Cal Poly. Nothing in one the count. Bases loaded. 1 out. 5-1 Mustangs. Bottom of the 8th. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball. Base hit into left field. 1 run will score. Barrett's being waved home. Fitchett bobbles the baseball, and 2 will score on the 2-run single off the bat of Brett Benning. The Mustangs have tacked on 2 more runs to lead it 7-1. So now the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Weeks at second. Poulsen at first base. 1 out, top of the 9th. 7-1 Stangs as the next pitch rolled to short. Marin-Kans bobbles, flips to second base, and that'll be it. As Vashulik runs very well to first base. And they're going to call the runner out at first base. That'll be the ball game as Logan Poulsen is hurt. That's it. They're going to rule that the runner interfered with Ogren having an opportunity to throw down the first base. And what an appropriate way to end it with a controversial call. There was a lot of them here this afternoon. This umpiring crew is going to try and skirt off the field as quick as they can. And an interesting way to wrap up the weekend, but the Mustangs, for a second straight weekend, take 2 of 3 from their opponent. Today, the final score, Cal Poly 7, Hawaii 1. The Mustangs move to 4-2 in Big West Conference play, now 12-18 overall this season. Hawaii drops to 1-2 in conference play. They are now 19-11 on the year. Performance from the sophomore right-hander Bobby I, picking up his first win of the year. He went 7 1/3, gave up just 1 run. Struggled a bit with the control early on, but wound up picking up 6 strikeouts, including striking out the side in the 4th inning. Talk a little bit about I's performance and how big it was for your ball club here this afternoon.
Well, it makes us relevant for the next weekend. Very offensive conditions, wind blowing out pretty hard, and did a great job against a very capable offensive lineup. University of Hawaii, you saw what they did to us the first game of the series. So Bobby's continued to get better and better, and had a number of pitches going. Had a good 12-6 breaking ball, good changeup, and spot his fastball. He got in trouble a little bit with the walks early, but nothing that wasn't too bad. Where he didn't put himself in a bad position that often. He majority of the time he got the leadoff out, but did a great job, just what we needed, and finished the weekend off strong.
Now 22 hits in the nightcap of the Twin Bill yesterday, 14 more in a 7-1 victory this afternoon. It seems as if the offense is really starting to come around over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, we hope so. I mean, we swung the bat well at Irvine, and the first game of the series, I think we only had 6 hits, and then last night we turned it on. Today again. We need to be like that. I mean, offense is contagious. We play at a very offensive ballpark, and if we don't swing the bat, your opposition is going to swing the bat. So it was good to see, and I think it all starts with McKenna at the top of the lineup. He had another good weekend, and I think he had 8 hits over the course of the 3 games. Sanderson had 6 hits over the 3 games. So we had a number of guys be very instrumental in our success. And I think one of the main things, though, is we've cleaned up our defense for the most part. We've at Irvine, I think we made 2 errors in the 3 games. I think we made 3 errors in the 3 games, which is still maybe an error too much, but we were making 3 errors a game. So it looks better. We were out the services of Beasley. He was our starting second baseman, but tell you what, I mean, Scotty Ogren went in, played second base, and played very well. Beasley will be available for us on Tuesday, so we're going to put him at third base and keep Ogren at second base, and so that adds more offense in our lineup. Beasley was our 3-hole hitter before he had his concussion, and so we're trying to get ready and still trying to find some answers and put our best guys on the field.
Now you start a stretch where you play 4 games in 5 days on Tuesday, wrapping up a 4-game homestand against the Santa Clara team you guys beat earlier on in the season up in Northern California. Then a 3-game Thursday through Saturday series before the Easter holiday on Sunday on the road against UC Davis. How are you going to manage the pitching side of things with some of the starters going on a bit of shorter rest than they're accustomed to? And Tuesday, of course, you have another game where you're going to have to throw a few pitchers out there.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to make any decisions till probably Tuesday. Tuesday's game, because with how we, the situation we put ourselves in having a poor non-conference record, it's basically we're not going to do anything that's going to jeopardize the series. We have to go out and we have to stay relevant within the Big West and give ourselves an opportunity later on to win the Big West. So we'll see who we start on Tuesday, and that pitcher, for good or bad, we'll probably have to let him go out there and eat up some innings for us. And we got to figure out who we need to rest out of the bullpen. Then when it comes to starting pitching this weekend, it's tough because normally they would just be on 1 day less rest because it's a Thursday through Saturday start. But Yeoman, if he goes on Thursday, he'll have 2 days less rest. So we'll see. We'll see how they feel. Yeoman only threw 75 pitches on Saturday. So if we can keep the Yeoman, Howard, rotation intact, that's what we'll do. But we're going to see how Eric feels probably on Tuesday. Played catch today, said he felt fine. So we're hoping that's the case.
Well, the Mustangs, after taking 2 of 3 this weekend from Hawaii, 4-2 in Big West Conference play, in sole position of 2nd place in the conference. But 4 more games this week, Coach. Best of luck, and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you, Chris.